This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
These are the most dangerous Marvel stunts ever. Me, as someone who does parkour, I've always admired stunt people. Because when I'm doing parkour, the last thing I want to do is fall over and hurt myself. Yet these people do this voluntarily. I say voluntarily, they get paid for it. Alright, so this first stunt is the opening scene to the very first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Featured one of the most dangerous stunts in the MCU to date, with the plane hijacking.
These days, so much is done with CGI, but you really can tell when a scene is done for real, and 90% of this one was real.
They were flying at 140 miles an hour, and only a mere 6 inches off from each other.
So the Red Bull Air Force are like insane. I'm going to show you some of the things they've done before. Look at the boys!
We cover every non-motorized air sport.
Like the Red Bull Air Force basically do anything to do with air. That is ridiculous. Look at that shot, dude. They're literally going through some kind of canyon, and they're saying that 90% of this is real, so I'm led to believe they really did that. All right, so next up is the lake dive. For all you Spider-Man fans out there, this was the moment that Spider-Man encountered Vulture. I hate to say it, but that was probably one of the worst Spider-Man costumes. I've seen 12-year-old kids wearing Halloween costumes that look better than that.
Holland had initially begged the crew to allow him to perform the stunt.
Tom see the setup, he's like, I want to give that a go. Tom, we can't let you do this. This stunt was a helicopter flight where a guy jumps out of the helicopter and lands into water, right? Tom wanted to give it a go. Imagine doing that. You're sat strapped in this helicopter, this rickety thing. All you can hear is the propellers above you, and you've now got to jump and land into water without hurting yourself. Next up, we got the crane jump.
Before we go any further with this video, I want to give a massive shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring. Squarespace is the #1 platform for building and creating a professional, amazing looking website. You don't need to pay some expert a ton of money. You don't need to spend hours trying to learn how to code. Everything is all there in one simple to use platform that has tons of unique templates that you can choose and customize to perfectly fit your brand. What makes it even easier is all the built-in features. You got things like email marketing, members only content, e-commerce, and much more. Every time in the past that I've wanted to make a website, I've always used Squarespace. It's a no-brainer. So be sure to check out squarespace.com/Jimmy the Giant. And to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain, use the code Jimmy the Giant. Anyway, back to the video.
So this was from Iron Man 3, and it's touted as being the most dangerous stunt that Robert Downey Jr.'s stunt double, which was Glenn Foster. Apparently this was the most dangerous stunt throughout the whole of Iron Man 3.
The stunt Robert Downey Jr.'s double Glenn Foster ever performed was when filming the climactic construction site battle in Iron Man 3.
Why do Americans pronounce iron? It's a silent R.
Required Foster to jump off cranes that were around 300 to 400 feet high.
This scene was shot at night, which obviously makes it more dangerous. Like if you picture yourself walking around your house during the day, it's fine. But when it's 1 AM and you need a pee and all the lights are off, you start banging your head on walls. Now imagine that when you're 300 to 400 feet in the air at night time. The thing that's crazy about stunts that is very different to parkour is that in parkour you trust in yourself, your abilities, the walls maybe, but mainly yourself. In stunts, you got other people in the mix. Sarah's busy doing your harness, you got Bobby over there tying some ropes, and all the while you're hoping Paul inflated the crash mats properly. Like, these are the stuntman's words. He says, you're leaping into darkness and trusting that the various cables you're attached to are going to do what they're supposed to do. Alright, so this next stunt is called Archery in Cast. Strange name.
While filming the comedy Tag,
You've got to use the word comedy very lightly there.
Hawkeye himself, Jeremy Renner, injured himself and wound up with 2 broken arms. Renner had to film Endgame directly after wrapping Tag, which meant that his arms hadn't fully recovered. This led to it being excruciatingly painful for Renner to perform his archery scenes as Hawkeye.
What an idiot. This is literally why there are professional stunt people, so that these very valuable Hollywood actors don't break both of their arms playing a game of tag. Guys, I want to do the stunts. You see, Jezza, you've got Endgame coming up after this. Probably not worth it. Let's just get a stuntman in. No, I'm doing it. Okay, Jeremy, whatever you say.
Renner had even attempted to go to physical therapy, but ultimately ended up bearing through the pain.
The person making this video tried to make it out like it was heroic he didn't go to physio. That's like having lung cancer and saying, no, I'm not going to a doctor, and then just continuing to smoke cigarettes. And as well, he could have got a stuntman to do the bow and arrow. See, this guy, man. If you're watching Jeremy, I'm sure you're a nice guy, but chill out. So obviously the level of stunts there aren't that crazy, but the fact he's got 2 broken arms that are barely recovered, he's dinging arrows like it's bloody RuneScape. I mean, I hate to say it, but he's probably gonna have some long-term problems from that.
During Spider-Man's fight scene with Captain America, Cap ends up backhanding him with his shield. A ratchet and wire would pull stuntman Marvin Ross forward.
Hey, Marvin Ross! Come on, lad. Old school free runner from Tampa, Florida, I think. Used to train with Daniel Arroyo. He's made it, baby. So basically what happened here is when Captain America's smacking Spider-Man with the shield, Marvin is being thrown forward by cables. He's then smacked with a shield, and to make it look even more dramatic, they have to pull him to the ground to make it seem like the shield is super strong. And so literally, he is just slammed into hard floor. And so after the first take, Marvin is laying on the floor and he can't move. And then they do the scene 4 or 5 more times. He claims that after it, he was drinking and couldn't taste what he was drinking. Yeah, I mean, that is what being a stunt person is. It's very dangerous, and no reason they get paid well because they're risking their lives. Alright, so next up is the Wasp car chase. So basically the stunt lady Ingrid, she's on the back of a flatbed truck, and the car rear ends the truck and sends her through the glass in the window. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a crazy scene. Like, and what's mad is that these things that probably take a whole day to do, weeks and months of planning, preparation, and a whole crew of people. Like, they shoot this dangerous stunt that could potentially injure these stunt people, and then it's a half-second cut in a film. I'd be a little bit annoyed if I was one of these stunt people. Like, you've got your whole family to come see your film, your big moment on the big screen, it's all coming up, and then, I don't know, your dad drops his keys or something. Alright, so this is from Avengers Age of Ultron, where we got Bobby Holland Hampton literally surfing a car, flying down a main road. One wrong move, and it's all over. What's really good here is that we can see behind the scenes footage of the stunt, so we can see how much of it's real and how much is CGI. And you can see, from those shots, he is literally hanging onto a door of a moving car. It's ridiculous. That is nuts. He's hanging onto a dragging door out the back of it. Oh my god. The thing about being a stunt person isn't like a normal job. There isn't sick pay. You get paid for the job and then you go on to the next one. And so if you break both of your arms playing a game of tag, that means that you might be out of work for potentially like a year. Your body is literally your work equipment. And if this goes, you can't replace it like you can do a computer. Alright, so this is where Chris Pratt got knocked out filming Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Again, another actor wanting to do their own stunts. But this time something did go wrong with the configuration of the stunt equipment. They pulled him twice as fast as he was meant to go, smacks his head on the ground and claims he was tasting smoke in his mouth. And it sounds kind of funny, but head traumas are no joke. Like, it could lead to something down the line, you don't know. And thus, as I keep saying, is why you hire a stunt person. Just imagine the executives like, oh my god, we've killed Chris Pratt. So next up is Avengers Infinity War. The stunt double Daniel Hargreaves, he was doing Captain America. And basically this boy starts Naruto running. He's hitting terminal velocity. Basically they've tied a rope to him and they are dragging him whilst he's sprinting. And at one point he's sprinting and he stacks it, slams into the floor, but the wire doesn't stop. He's got 20 more feet to go whilst he's being dragged along the ground. Which reminds me of when I was younger and I was running down a hill on a school trip. And I start jogging down a hill, I'm looking at my mates, they're looking back at me, we're all laughing. I start going quicker and quicker. Next thing I know, I'm at full sprint. There's a metal barbed wire fence at the bottom of the hill, and I literally slammed into that fence. Full speed. So I can relate with you here, Daniel. Honestly, you gotta take your hat off to Marvel and these stunt people. They really do push the boundaries. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and watch this video right here.